Howdy ho friends, we are going to build a new power supply for the Dragon stove with a speed controller on it. So I got this little guy off of Amazon. It was rated from 1.5 volts all the way up to 12 volts. I put in one AA battery, which is 1.5 volts, and guess what? No go. Did not work. Wasn't happy about it, but no worries. I went ahead and added, wonder where that went. Anyway, added another battery, another AA battery, which is 0.5 volts, which brought up the total max to 3 volts. And guess what? It works like a champ. One problem solved. Second problem introduced. Hear that? We've turned the Dragon stove into a freaking blast furnace. But in doing so, we've created another little problem. This motor right here is rated at continuous 1.5 volts. 3 volts peak might burn the brushes out in time. So I did a little bit of research online and I was able to find the exact motor at 3 volts. And of course I ordered a whole bunch of them. So I'm thinking in the future, this little guy is probably going to burn out, but honestly I don't want to change it until that happens. Heck, who knows, it might not ever burn out at all. But I've got backup motors coming just in case. We have to change it out. So the first thing we need to do is I'm going to disassemble this controller here. I will list all the pieces on the description box, or in the description box where I got everything. Most of everything pretty much came from Amazon, except for the project boxes. They didn't have any. I had to get those from a store in town, and let me tell you right now, they were not freaking cheap. Okay, here is the project box. Oop, that's not it. By the way, this is going to be the speed controller, or actually the power supply with the speed controller version 1. Yes, there is a version 2. Yeah, I've already updated it. I haven't built it yet. The original power supply, this is Gen 1 power supply, and you can see how small it is compared to this one. There's a reason for that, because we got to add another battery. We also have to put in the speed controller, which is this little guy right here, which fits in there about like so, and the 2 batteries. And then we also got enough room for a version 3 where I can update it to a charge controller right here, but that's something in future video. First thing we need to do is drill our hole here at the, here's my drill, at the top of the box. You got to be careful when you drill through these things. They are somewhat fragile. Let me get some of that off of there. Yeah, it's a little dirty. That'll be all right. Okay, let's see if it fits. Yeah, it needs to be a little bit tighter. Oh, that's perfect. All right, now we need to drill the hole in the bottom for our power port, and it is pretty darn big. So we're going to step drill that so I don't shatter the box. That came out perfect. Let's make sure it fits. And and I'm not sure yet. Oh, that's going to be perfect too. Trust me, it did not go so easy on the first build. I think, clean this mess up real quick. And our mess is somewhat cleaned up. Let's get all this out of the way. Next, I'm going to add a new speed controller because I'm sending this one to a friend of mine, and I really rather not have it fail on him and have him have to send it back to me to fix. So we're going to put a new speed controller in here. Basically, this is just a voltage regulator. That's all it is. This one's got fur on it. What the heck? We better work or I'm going to be an angry camper. Anyway, oh, I got to turn my head around. Let's go ahead and install this guy. Now this is a very simple project. You can build it yourself at home. Right. We're gonna torque it down to maybe not much. I don't want to break it. Let's get it. Yeah, we're gonna do about 9 pounds, which is right about there. Alright, that actually doesn't look too bad. Not level though. I like it. Alright, we're good in that department. The cool thing about these speed controllers, it does have an off, which comes in real handy because you won't have any phantom power draws. And that is working good. Looks crooked to me though. Why is it? I guess that's just the way it is. Alrighty then. Next thing we're going to do is we want to definitely secure this guy. And I actually went and bought my first glue gun. So we're going to zap some glue in the hole right here and make a little mound of it. Just for that to rest on. And do the same over here on the other side. And let that cool down. Next, we have to install the batteries. But first we need, we got glue strings everywhere. We need to determine the length. And a heads up, it is very important not to accidentally, he moved it. There's a lot of stuff going on here behind the scenes, friends. Accidentally wire this in reverse, or what you call it, reverse polarity. I don't know if this has a protection circuit on it, and to be honest with you, I kind of rather not find out. Loosen these up like so. I got glue stuff everywhere. There we go. And there we go. The screws are loose. Don't get in that glue. So we need to determine the length of the leads here off our batteries. So there. We're gonna cut that little guy like so. Oh my God, that's gonna start a fire. All right. And right about there should be good. Now we just need to tend the wires. Alright, right, it's drying. I mean cooling down. One and done. Trim the end up. I don't like that. Let's hit it again. I'm dirty on there. That's one. Hit the second one. That came out better. Maybe. There we go. Next, we need to install the batteries. Is it? Yep, almost. Now I have to do these a little bit offset because we need the space. So right about there. All right. Just gonna put a little bitty coating on here. Right. Over a little bit more. Right about there. We're going to give it a minute to cool down. Nice. Repeat with this one here. There we go. Go get back here. I know, I can hear you. That one goes right about. Let's come up a little bit. There. Make sure we got good distance. And we do. Let's get these wires installed. Once again, this is very polarity sensitive. There is a schematic on the back of these that tell you, yep, there you go. It tells you exactly where each one of the wires go. Down at the bottom, oh, actually at the top. There's my pointing stick here. That's your power. That comes in from the battery, and right here, that goes to your motor. That goes out to the motor, and there's your positive and minus. Okay, let's get this guy in there. There's a little bitty clamp underneath. And it's not going to cooperate, of course. Nope, did not cooperate. No worries. We can fix that. Yes, I hear you. Scout is supervising in the background. And heads up, I am getting over a nasty cold I caught. Oh, that's good. Okay, I like that one. And we're going to put in our positive. Okay, if you look, oh, it's kind of hard to see. There we go. If you looked, they're both clamped down. We're going to give it a wiggle test. Yes, yes, and yes. All right, so we're going to smush them wires down like so. And just to keep them in place, drop a little hot glue on them. spider webs. Next, the fun part. We have got to put this together. So what we're going to use is some really thin gauged wire. I don't remember what this is, to be straight up honest with you. It could be, God, I don't know. You know what? I'm not even going to guess because I don't want to be wrong. This is going to be our, since we've got white, we're going to use this as positive. Come here, little guy. This is the fun part. You're going to watch me burn my finger. And trim a little off. I don't have any rosin to put on there to suck the solder up, so we're kind of winging it on this. I really don't see the need to go buy any right now. Plus this soldering iron definitely, and I mean definitely, needs a new tip. It has seen better days. Oh, that'll work. Yep, I know, baby. Probably gonna have to pause here in a minute. Somebody has some business. First one done. Let that cool. Inspecting it. Looks good. And you know I don't have the cleaner either, because you usually clean these off. I'm not sure where it's at. Yeah, okay, let's do the second one. A little bit. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. Quit being difficult. Get in there. Yes, it helps when you talk to it. And it is being very difficult today. Nope. I mean, we could just zap that in there any old way, but I kind of rather do it right. Especially since it's for a friend of mine. I don't want it malfunctioning. That'll work. Oh, come on now. Seriously? I had it. There we go. Give that a minute to cool. Let's get our distance. So I'm looking. Now I want to save room in case I make another charge controller, and then I can send that to him and then he can install it himself. I'm also going to send him a brand new motor. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. We're going to tend the ends of the wire. Strip, a little twist. Make sure you don't separate. And we're going to zap them with the soldering iron. There's one. There's two. And we're going to unplug the soldering iron. Which one is it? Trim them up a little bit. Nice. Next, we need to protect this. Oh, we don't have to. I don't think there's going to be anything bouncing around in there, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to put a little heat shrink tube on it. I think this guy right here will work. Yeah, that looks promising. That looks centered to you? Yeah, looks centered to me. Yeah, it's going to be a little too big. Where did I stash my lighter? Don't know. On a side note, quitting smoking sucks. Alright, here is the lighter. Heat shrink tube is basically what it is. You can use a heat gun, hair dryer, or just be like me and hit it with a lighter. Boom. Come on. That end is not cooperating. That looks good. Alright, time for the install. Clean this mess up. We need the protective cover, which is this little guy right here. It keeps dirt and water out of the port. Put that on first. Oh, my Atlanta, excuse me. I don't know if you can hear Scout in the background. He's low barking me. Which means we need to go even faster because he's going to get a little angry here in a minute because I'm not paying attention to him. Alright, that looks good. Perfect. Put in the washer. And you go. On the nut. Giggity. Now the fun part, tightening this down. Somewhere I have a very skinny wrench that I can do this with. At the moment, I'll be darned if I know where the hell it is. That's okay. We'll get it. Yeah, that's good for now. I'll torque the heck out of it later, then probably drop a little hot glue on there. Alright, let's get this guy wired up. We are going to put a little baby bend in it. Alright, so, and this is a hot wire. And you don't really need to tighten the heck out of these little screws. They're not the best made for the clamp. You'll feel it. We probably could have trimmed a little off, but it'll be alright. Down there. Bend it again. There you go. And that's our negative. Feels good, feels good. Yeah, that could be trimmed. I think it'll be alright. We'll hot glue that down later. Okie dokies. We need batteries. Power cable. Get my mess out of the way. Everybody cross their fingers. First test, okay. And hey, Tim, if you're watching, if you want, I'll send an extra one of these just in case that fails, so you can replace it. Stove plugged in. Crossing fingers, knocking on wood. Do we got juice? Yes! That's going to be about normal mode. Blast furnace! That is insane. Look at that. That's... Love it. All right, this one's done. Oh, and got a little cool LED indicator in there. It lets you know it's working. If you can see that little guy. All right, so this is the power supply with the speed controller, version 1. This is the power supply with the speed controller, version 2. Now you're going, oh, Bob, what the heck is the difference? And I shall show you. Let's put that away there. Oh yeah, that needs to be tightened a lot more. This, and we need this. Okay, that one's done. I'll have that in the mail for you, Tim, as soon as the new motors come in. I want to send a new motor with it. On this unit right here, it is designed to be solar charged. Okay, it doesn't have a charge regulator in it yet, but I don't think you're going to overcharge it with these small solar panels. Okay, we're not going to go into the math. I'm sure this video is running long, but how this works is we're going to put in 2 rechargeable batteries, which I have one laying around. I have no clue where it is. And then this is our regular out for our motor right here. And then on the side, this is our in for our solar panel charger. And this is designed exactly like the Gen 4 unit right here, but a little less complicated because look at all the crap on there. And right there, we have a, if you can see it, a Schottky diode. What that is basically a check valve. Electricity can only go one way in to charge the batteries, but once it's not charging or it's dark out, the battery cannot backfeed and then go into the solar panels, so it doesn't drain the batteries on there. And that's pretty simple on the description. Eventually there's going to be another little pod right here, and that's going to be for the charging system for the battery, but that's going to be in another video. This one is running real long. Okay, let's go through what we have. Sniff time. There we go. We have a kit in there. All right, it's not cooperating. All right, this is the Gen 1 power supply for the Dragon stove. The first one I ever made. Works freaking great. This is going to be Gen 2, 3, and 4 for the Dragon stove. Because this one switched so it can work either on the battery, you can switch it over, it can work on the solar panel, it can be charged by the solar panel. And yes, I'm going to keep this one. And yeah, this is where the solar panel hooks in, so it runs. Anyway, that's enough of all that. Now we're getting into the power supplies with the speed controller. This is going to be version 1, which is getting sent out, and this is going to be version 2, which is I'm going to be doing some testing, and of course there'll be a version 3 on down the road, but that'll be another video. All right, there you go, friends. A real easy project. I sped through it. If you have any questions that I can answer, remember, I'm winging it. I don't know what I'm doing. Please put them in the comment section. If there's something you'd like to add, feel free. And the next video on this will be me actually out in the field and taking her to the test. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. What? Is it time? Is it business time? So we need to go outside? All right. Would you tell everybody goodbye for me? All right, thank you. Hi, Peanut. We're going. Let's go.